If the special lady in your life enjoys handmade gifts and flowers, why not combine the two to make the perfect Mother's Day gift?
So to learn more about making your own perfect floral arrangement, we sent 7 and 4's Alyssa Heron back to Plant Masters in Suttons Bay to talk with the experts. Good morning, Alyssa.
Good morning, Brendan and Melissa. Joining me again this week is Eric Van Thumb. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, good morning. Good to be here.
Good morning. And this week we are talking about Mother's Day arrangements. And these are something special that will hopefully last all summer long.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so what's the first step that somebody would have to take?
Well, get the kids involved, first of all, and pick out a nice pot. You know, there's nice lightweight pots. There's classic ceramic pots, clay pots. Find that pot that you think Mom will like.
Okay, and you know, something very important when picking out pots, you were telling me about the plastic pots, is you have to make sure one thing.
Nowadays, a lot of these lightweight plastic pots don't have drainage, and that's very important on any arrangements that are going to be outside. You need to get a drain hole in those, and we can do that here. Pick out the pot, we'll drain it out, make sure it's good to go.
Okay, so let's talk about picking out the best types of flowers for your house. If you're in a really shaded house or a sunny area, kind of tell us what we need to look at.
Most houses have 4 sides, and some sides are sunnier than others, and we have plants that will go anywhere. You've got, you know, north side, east side, need a shady arrangement, that one there. Fuchsias, impatiens, lobelias, those guys there will like that more shady area and won't take the hot sun. And then you have maybe a sunnier side, west side, south side of the house, petunias, verbenas, million bells, those guys, you know, will do okay in those hot sunny areas.
Okay, and then talking about making the best out of your floral arrangement, how, you were telling me 3 little tips that make your arrangement look the fullest.
Well, the 3 components to a container to give it that good texture, good 3D appearance is the thriller, the main highlight of the planter, the pow, the eye catcher, something to fill in around it, we call the filler, like lobelias, things that bush out, and then the spillers, a nice kind of a traily, viney plant, especially on your taller pots, something that's going to trail over the side. So you got your thriller, your filler, and your spiller.
Okay, and then really quick, let's bring up these pots down here. If you have a pot from last year that you want to maybe revamp for Mom, do you recommend using old soil?
Okay, you can see here, this is something from last year. It's hard, it's depleted. I like to compare potting soil to like coffee grounds. You make a pot of coffee, the second pot you try and make, it's junk. It doesn't taste as good. So potting soil is a lot the same. All that good nutrition is washed away. So let's dump this out, maybe put this in the bottom of your larger whiskey barrels and put some good, fresh, lightweight potting soil on top. Give the plants a fresh start.
All right, well, thanks. And coming up at 6:30, we're actually going to be making our own flower arrangement, so we'll show you just how to do that with your soil. Brendan and Melissa, I think that your mothers would enjoy one of these. You're going to have to get on that.
We sure will, Alyssa. I was just planning on sending flowers, but I may have to get a little bit more creative, though.
Oh, so do you normally send something for Mother's Day to your mom, or at least visit?
Normally, or a nice hug or a card. No,
and
I'll try to come up with something a little better this year, though.
And we're going to have more ideas, too, coming up in the next 20 minutes with Alyssa here, and she's live at Plant Masters in Suttons Bay. Plus, I'm here live at Plant Masters in Suttons Bay, and coming up, we're going to show you how to put together something pretty for Mom for this Mother's Day. You're watching 7 and 4 News Today.
Good morning, Alyssa.
Good morning, Brendan and Melissa. Joining me again is Eric Van Thumb. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You know, we started off the last half hour talking about floral arrangements for Mom for this coming Mother's Day.
That's right. We're going to do some pretty pots for Mom. First of all, get the kids involved. We got the pots picked out. You know, we're going to go with these lightweight plastic pots. We double check for drainage. We talked about that earlier. Very important. Now, soil. Okay. Maybe you have a pot left from last year. This is the old soil. It's pretty well depleted. So let's dump those out completely, maybe put that in the bottom of those bigger whiskey barrels.
So you can still reuse it?
Yeah, you can put that in the bottom of the barrels and put good fresh stuff on top in the bigger containers. So.
All right, so let's get to actually making our floral arrangements. Now, these can hopefully last all summer long.
Absolutely.
And there's 3 tips that you have in making this look the fullest.
Okay, so it looks like you picked out a nice begonia for your thriller. So you're going to put a thriller right in the middle. That's going to be your big highlight and your eye catcher to give it the height. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, just kind of put that in there a little bit, you know, heel it in. Good deal. And then I went with a nice salvia here. We're going to do a little red, white, and blue. I've got a sunny arrangement. You've got a shady arrangement.
Yeah.
Got the thriller. Now what I'm going to work on is the filler, something to kind of add in around there. And I think you would use that lobelia and impatiens for your fillers.
Okay.
The blue lobelia is going to give it some nice color. Going to fill in around there a little bit and trail over a little bit. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is good. Mine is all good for shade. And we have other examples Is this good for shade or sun?
This is a sunny arrangement with the petunias and the verbenias. There's little million bells in there. You know, there's geraniums, marigolds, alyssums for sun. For shade, like you're working on, you've got right there impatiens, fuchsias, lobelias, begonias. So there's a lot of options for a lot of places.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the third step to our floral arrangement is
the spiller.
The spiller.
That's right. And this is especially handy on some of your taller pots there. They're going to trail over, vine over, and kind of even, you know, some things like some of the more crazy petunias. Like this here petunia is a very aggressive petunia. I can see some of these go trail 2-3 foot long easily. So they'll not only spill over the side of the pot, they'll even grow along on the deck too.
Okay.
And give you summer long color. And once you get these all planted up, can they go outside?
Yes.
That's the big question we're getting this time of year. It's going to be about 60 degrees today, and everybody's going to want to get outside. These guys can go outside if it's about 55, 60 degrees or more. These are soft, tender annuals, so be careful. Keep them out of that cold wind.
And really quick, tell me about watering right now.
Give them a little bit of water to dampen them up. Don't soak them. Don't get them all soggy. And you can put a touch of fertilizer in there to help get them started up a little bit.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And coming up next week, what are we going to be talking about?
We're going to talk about vegetables, maybe in containers or gardens. We'll see.
All right. And once again, we'll put all of this information and more on our website at UpNorthLive.com. Reporting live in Suttons Bay, Alyssa Heron, 7-4 News.
Thanks a lot, Alyssa. I see a lot there my mom would love.
I was going to say, yes, your mom would love, I know my mom would love the patriotic look, the red, the white, and the blue.
Yes.
Didn't that look nice?
It was a nice combination.
Yes. Good tips there. And vegetables next week, apparently, for if you want to start that garden up this summer.